Alien Covenant was directed by Ridley Scott and is the latest film in the Alien series and stuff like that. It's a sequel to Prometheus. It's a prequel to Alien, but a sequel to Prometheus, which is basically a prequel to all of the other Alien films. And this time around, a crew called the Covenant basically travels to this planet or something like that, and which is unpopulated or something like that. I think that's what it is basically. And then they find out that there are like weird entities that invade that planet and stuff like that, like some certain stuff. There's a lot of sci-fi stuff behind this movie, and stuff go really bad, really bad in this movie. Like, when I mean bad, like it's really, the storyline is just, this movie really surprised me. I have almost never seen a horror sci-fi movie that actually had a lot of depth in it. There was so much going on in this movie that made me like, what? And it's a good thing, a very good thing. I was very blown away by the look of this film. The CGI with the creatures and stuff like that, it blew me away and stuff like that. And the storyline behind this movie blew me away almost as much as Prometheus and Alien blew me away too. And this is not a perfect movie. I think this is a great movie, but it is not a perfect movie in my opinion. It's nothing like the original Alien and stuff like that. But like Prometheus, that's not even a perfect movie either, but it's still great in my opinion. This, for a prequel, it works very well because there's so much story that's being told. These characters that are in this movie, they're very likable. I did like the new creature that they added, the Neomorph or something, whatever that thing's called. It's sort of like a white version of the Xenomorph. That thing was creepy. There was like, Ridley Scott's direction in this film is perfect. No one directs sci-fi films like Ridley Scott. No one. I'm just gonna say that I was very surprised with the direction in this film. I was very surprised on how this film looked and the setting and stuff like that and the scenery. It really reminded me of Prometheus and the original Alien movie, and there was a lot of references from those movies into this movie, and it's basically Alien and Prometheus. Combine them into one, you get Alien Covenant. And this movie really surprised me, and I really do love the Alien franchise. I'm a huge fan of them. I've seen all of the Alien movies, minus Alien Resurrection and the Alien vs. Predator movies, which I'm not going to really count in the Alien movie franchise. I'd actually count that in the Predator franchise, actually. But anyway, this movie really did surprise me. It's really good. It's just so good. I thought that every single character had a role to play. The characters were very likable. There was this one character, I've forgotten her name, but she reminded me of Ripley. And her actress wasn't bad at all. Her character wasn't even bad. It's just that I thought that she wasn't really more of a developed character like Ripley was in the original Alien movie, because she was like the main character, and she blossoms throughout the entire film. And as soon as you could see her unleash that in the ending of near the end, like the final acts of the first Alien movie, it's just, the acting is so good in that movie. In this movie, the acting is pretty top notch too. And I just gotta say, there were a lot of bloody gore scenes in this movie that were highly satisfying and stuff like that. The special effects, there were some certain scenes where they like would copy out the chest burst that was in the original Alien. They had like back burst scenes. Those scenes, they're so graphic, and it made one of the things that makes this movie very beautiful and stuff like that. But I think one of the most important thing about this movie is it follows behind Prometheus, and it still has a lot of elements of what Prometheus had and stuff like that. Because Prometheus was a highly confusing story to a lot of people and stuff like that. I actually find Prometheus a very great movie on so many different levels. It has a lot of depth. There's a lot of science fiction in it and stuff like that. It's very different compared to the other Alien movies. But like I said, I love Prometheus a lot, and the fact that they had a lot of references in this movie from Prometheus, it just made me love this movie too, and stuff like that. It's not as good as Prometheus, but I think it's still a great movie, and this is definitely for fans of the Alien franchise and stuff like that. I'll say that. Because if you're not really a fan of the Alien franchise, and if you watch this movie, you might actually hate it because of how this movie might be vastly confusing to you, because there's going to be a lot of things that you won't even understand. You might actually get bored during this movie and stuff like that. I didn't get really bored. I had a blast with this movie. This movie was so fun. There was a lot of things to love and stuff like that. I love how they brought back the Xenomorph. Again, they've used like CGI effects and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. It's just really cool. And like I said, Michael Fassbender as David in this movie is fantastic. His role's fantastic, just as much as his role in Prometheus was and stuff like that. It's just, I think in this movie, he had much more stuff to do, and he was a lot more creepy and dark and stuff like that. And yet again, if you've seen Prometheus, then I think you already know that he is a robot in this movie and stuff like that. So there's nothing really going to be different from this character, although he is a huge creep. But Michael Fassbender does a fantastic job on making his character a creep. Great actor. I would love to see him in more movies. I also did like Katherine Waterston in this movie. Like I mentioned, she was the actress who played as the woman who sort of reminded me of Ripley. Her character wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it didn't really live up to Ripley's character, and it didn't really give me like 100% interested in her character, but it got me interested enough in her character. And I think each and every character and actor in this movie did what they had to do, which made this movie successful, I think. And I really would love to see more movies like this get made, especially by Ridley Scott. But other than that, the rest of this movie absolutely blew me away. I'm so stunned by the look of this film, the characters, the direction, the storyline is so clever. Like, it was so clever, it blew me away. There was a lot of science fiction hidden behind this movie, and something I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to spoil, just in case if any of you haven't seen Alien Covenant or any of the Alien movies. There's a surprising twist that actually happens in Alien Covenant, and it sort of revolves around the events from Prometheus and stuff like that. I'm just going to say it's a twist, and it's mind-blowing, and it changes the entire formula and stuff like that. And it's awesome. It's awesome. But anyway, if you guys are a fan of Alien and Prometheus, you guys will love Alien Covenant, that's for sure. Because it has a lot of references from Alien and Prometheus and stuff like that. So, and those are two great movies. And this is a great movie, too. It's definitely, I have to say, maybe the fourth best Alien movie in the Alien franchise. It's really good. It's really good and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't seen it, I think you should definitely check this one out. If you're not an Alien fan, you might not like this one. If you are, you'll definitely love this one for sure. But I'll have to say that this movie really surprised me, and it's one of Ridley Scott's best films in a while, actually, aside from Prometheus and stuff like that. But anyway, yes, I think you should definitely check this one out. If you're a fan of sci-fi movies and stuff like that, definitely check this one out. This is definitely a must-see horror sci-fi movie. And I'm gonna give Alien Covenant an A-. This movie really did surprise me, guys. I had a blast with it. If you guys definitely want to check this movie out, definitely check this movie out. And check out Prometheus too if you guys haven't seen it. By the way, I'm going to do a movie review of Prometheus next, which I was supposed to do a movie review of Prometheus first because that movie came out first, basically. But some of my movie reviews are just scrambled everywhere and stuff like that. So I have to do, sometimes I do movie reviews from franchises out of order, and I don't really like that and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to review Prometheus next, which might be the last review for the Alien franchise I might do. I might do Alien Resurrection, just in case if I see it and stuff like that, I might review that. If I do see it, I will review it. But anyway, yeah, stay tuned for more movie reviews and stuff like that. You guys are the best. Thank you guys for showing support to my YouTube channel. I love every single one of you. You guys rock, and you guys are awesome. And I just want to thank you guys for 334 subscribers. All of you 334 subscribers are amazing. You guys are the best. Always tune into my videos and stuff like that. And without you guys, I wouldn't be here and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for showing me some support to my channel. If you're new here and if you like what you're watching, why don't you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button too, and as well share these videos with your friends and other content that I make too. But anyway, thank you guys so much for always watching, and as always, I am MarioFan520, and I will see you next time. Peace out.